G'day guys and welcome back to Jeans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So I've got a question for you guys today, and it is, what is your favourite game mode on Dokkan? So as you can see, I'm going into mine here, and my favourite game mode is the Infinite Dragon Ball History. So I'm just jumping into the Babadi's Army mission, and I'm just going to tell you guys why I think this is the most high quality content that Dokkan has, really. So I'll just chuck in my rotations while I'm playing through this as well. So the first reason I enjoy these missions is because they are story based. So they do follow the timeline from the anime or the manga, whichever you prefer to go along with, and it does follow a sequence of events. So that's the first reason. Second reason is that the rewards are pretty solid. So for this Infinite Dragon Ball History that we're doing right now, the Babadi's Army, you do get a total of 32 Dragon Stones for completing. So pretty handy. That's more than halfway to a multi, so that's always good as well. There is no set strength order in these Infinite Dragon Ball Histories, and I feel that does play a pretty strong part in making these highly enjoyable. If you've done the against Goku's family one, you'll know that the Tech Goku that you face early on in the event's probably the most difficult opponent in the whole thing. So I guess it really keeps you on your toes of who you're going to be coming up against, if they're strong, when you got to use your items, and I guess there's just a little bit more strategy involved in this. And with that comes the question of the conditions. So each of these battles have a slightly different condition. As we know, we've got units or opponents that are stunning you. They can seal your supers. They can fire off multiple supers. Locking rotations. There's just a real variety in what you're coming up against in this game mode. And I think this is almost built upon from the Legend Goku event, that maybe they were going in the direction of introducing, say, the Legend Vegeta event or Legend Frieza event, which, might I add, I certainly hope they do at some point in the game. But I think this may be what they've opted to, just because it does add a lot more variety for the user. And much like the Legend Goku event, this is quite a time-consuming event, which I feel does add a lot of value. A lot of our content that we complete on this game is very, very quick, we'll say. Whether you're going through story modes, grinding characters, or whether you're, say, in the Ultimate Clash. And while the Ultimate Clash as a whole does take a pretty substantial amount of time to complete, those early on battles, you can finish them in under a minute, easy. So to be able to come into these events, if you're obviously with the team I'm bringing in here, it's going to be a little bit quicker, but this can certainly take players between, say, 15 to 20 minutes usually. And that is a pretty good amount of time to be able to sit down and just bash it out. And another thing with these is that there isn't a crazy amount of missions involved. You've got the initial completing all the stages, and then you also are able to bring in specific teams to get bonus rewards, and I think that's quite enjoyable. So it's also the fact that you're able to bring in 3 of those units that are specific, so you don't have to bring in a whole team. You can mix and match. You can try build a team that's going to be able to knock over both those missions at the same time. And then, as we saw in the last Infinite Dragon Ball History, they also introduced a turns mission as well. I believe it was to finish the Boo stage in under 25 turns, I think, if I remember correctly. Don't hold me to that one, because that is just solely going on remembering it from when I did it. And the other thing that this event does is it makes you bring different units. With the Legend Goku event, I know you do have to take in specific teams to finish each event, but I guess a lot of them are the really stronger teams that get a lot of shining time in Dokkan. So as you can see here, we've got AGL Gohan being locked in that second spot. It changes up your rotation, and it forces you to, I guess, make turns that you're not really looking forward to. But as I was saying, you look at the Majin Buu category, in one of those infinite Dragon Ball histories, it asks you're required to bring in World Tournament, a category that is quite minimal and you're barely ever using unless it's in the World Tournament to get those rewards, daily rewards. So, as well as the youth category, which does lack quite a bit, but it is good to bring them in and just get a bit of variety of use of units. And I think that's probably why the Battlefield is my second favourite form of Dokkan content going into the Ultimate Clash. I think just being able to showcase and use such a variety of units is probably some of the most enjoyable content on the game. So we'll quickly nut this out. So as we saw again, Deborah locking up. Fortunately, we got lucky with that rotation, so we didn't have to split, but it does force you into, I guess we'll call them uncomfortable situations. You do a lot of work at the start of your turns to get your rotations built early. In Infinite Dragon Ball history, that's not always going to work for you. And you're going to have units getting sealed that might have advantage. And yeah, it just brings a lot of variety to the game. So there it is, guys. That's the video. That's why Infinite Dragon Ball history is my favourite event on Dokkan. Let me know down below what your favourite event is. I can imagine a lot of people are going to say things like the LGE and the SBR, and I certainly agree that those are enjoyable parts of the game. I just think the variety you get from the Infinite Dragon Ball history event just sets it up and above. So, hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep up with the daily content. Have a great day, and I'll catch you all on the next video.